Why did he? What's that?
Mama's Boy Productions.
I'm back. I'm back. Hey, I'm back. Welcome back to Street Scores. It's your boy Rico giving y'all August 1st edition of Redskins Report. Let's get to it. And we're going to get into these training camp notes and news soon because I know that's what y'all are waiting for. But first, I want to talk about DeAngelo Hall. Is talking about becoming a broadcaster or GM once football is over. But he promised us this last season of football and tutelage for the younger DBs. Now, I just wanted to take some time to remind people about how fire he was back in his prime, especially with the Falcons. He is a 3-time Pro Bowler, 2 with the Falcons and 1 with us. All playing cornerback. He moved to free safety way later with his age catching up to him and he couldn't move as fast. But he made first team All-American in college at Virginia Tech, which led to his 8th overall pick in the first round of the 2004 draft. And he is still tied for the record of most interceptions in a single game with the 4 that he had against the Bears in 2010. Shouts out to Jay Cutler. But I hope DeAngelo gets a great position with a team or a TV station after his retirement, whichever one he wants the most. He's given us so many years of his career in life. Hope he goes out with some form of a huge bang this season, even though he won't get much playing time in many minutes, even if he's healthy with all this new young talent we have. Virginia Governor Terry McWhat's-his-face has been attending Redskins training camp practices. As a part of his campaign, he is promising a Redskins move to Virginia with a new stadium that is up to standard with the modern times and competing stadiums. FedEx Field, as close as it is to where I lived in Maryland, in Mitchellville, is an extremely outdated stadium. I'm accustomed to the Georgia Dome, which is light years ahead of FedEx Field, but now Atlanta getting a new stadium that's going to be even better. The Redskins are like 3 generations of stadiums behind at this point. Everybody else getting all futuristic and the Redskins still playing in the trenches. But these plans and drawings they've released in 2016 are too much. Like, what the hell we need a moat for? I thought LA was tripping with their designs of having an entire mall and movie theater in their new Inglewood stadium that's in construction. But you got the Redskins over here trying to keep out the enemy Knights. In the summer, the moat will be a wave pool, and the winter will be an ice rink. Now, I will admit the shape of the stadium itself looks pretty nice. I like the new, sleek, modern design, a little futuristic. But why not make it a dome? It is too John Brown cold up there after October to continue playing outside. Y'all tripping. But this is all speculation and planning, so this isn't set in stone yet. Moving on. Before training camp started, many Redskins players were in the Savage program, which is an elite athletic program ran by Martino Savage. It trains people from high school all the way up to the NFL. Niles Paul, Will Compton, Maurice Harris, Chris Thompson, Anthony Lanier, Sewell Cravens, Martell Spate, and Junior Gillette have all participated in this rigorous and very beneficial program during the downtime of this offseason, seeking extra help and fine-tuning of their game and skills. And I want more Redskins participating in this next season. I mean, it can't necessarily be mandatory, but I want it to be strongly encouraged. Next, EA Sports hated on my boy Jonathan Allen with his Madden rating for this year. Now, this rating isn't permanent. When he starts to show out, it can be updated. But a 73? He was arguably the best player in college, period, last year. And y'all talking about a 73 rating? Y'all handed ratings in the 80s to some of these other rookies that's not even that good. Solomon Thomas is a 79 overall. He's not even as good as Jonathan Allen. But I'm assuming that it's because Jonathan Allen was drafted later. even though there's people drafted after him with higher ratings also. But, it's the Redskins hate from the rest of the world. It just continues. We're going to ignore it and dominate this season, though, Jonathan Allen. Let them know. Let them know on the field. But, even looking at everybody else's ratings, it's crazy how they hated on us. Junior Gillette is a 76. That's crazy. I wonder if he knows that. My boy Fabien Moreau, future Mr. Lockup, is a 70. Chase Rollier, according to Pro Football Focus, was the second best guard in all of college football in 2015 and the ninth best center in all of college football in 2016. And yet Madden has him at a 63. Like, Madden is trolling us. But the moment we've all been waiting for. Training camp notes and news. I'm keeping this relatively brief because I can go on and on about this for hours straight by myself. And I plan on making entire videos about training camp alone. So this is going to be very short and to the point. And I do not want to really analyze days 1 and 2 because those were non-pad, non-contact days. And everybody looks good without pads. And also, big shouts out to Ivory Walker Jr. for a lot of valuable training camp information to help me make this video possible. Add him on Facebook. He's a diehard Redskins fan and is always on top of everything, even when I'm slipping on my game. But I first want to acknowledge how fun training camp seems from what I'm reading, hearing, and watching in videos. Doc Walker said that the players and the crowd are very into the practices, and it reminds them of the atmosphere from the great Redskins teams of the past, when Art Monk would line up against Darrell Green one-on-one, and then the hype and the competition of the matchups brought out energy and effort from everybody, including the crowd that was there watching. And I'm also enjoying people talking trash to each other. DJ Swearinger picked off Kirk Cousins and kept yelling, "You can have your ball back, 8." I love the trash talking. And there's no such thing as taking things too seriously. I don't care if this is practice. Get out there and compete and fight like it's a Super Bowl. I want to see scuffles and altercations. You can fight now, laugh about it later. But I'm very happy to hear about how different the atmosphere in this Redskins practice this year. I love it. That energy, competitive nature, and mean attitude is going to carry on into the season. And definitely keep up the trash talk. I love what Josh Norman, DJ Swearinger, and others are doing when they get an interception or a touchdown, flexing for the fans. Put on a show for everybody that's there. But getting to these injuries, Jordan Reed is on the PUP list, physically unable to perform list, with a toe injury. He went to Charlotte today to get it looked at by a specialist, and Jay Gruden says it's nothing to really worry about. He's day to day. He's also looking good and making progress in his little solo practices he's doing with a lot of just running and catching, but he's not doing anything too major that can possibly make the toe injury worse. And then the others who opened up the training camp on PUP list include Houston Bates, Kendall Thompson, our boy DeAngelo Hall we talked about earlier, Keith Marshall, one of our promising young running backs, sadly tore his right patella tendon and will miss the entire season. Maurice Harris was looking pretty good in training camp until his knee strained and has him out for 4 to 5 weeks. Anthony Lanier has knee inflammation and is day-to-day. Bashard Breeland is having muscle cramps, but it's not much to worry about. Jamison Crowder, the secret weapon, has hamstring tightness and has been held out of practices. Rob Kelly, the current lead back, has a sore neck, which has allowed Samaje and Thompson to get more carries and more opportunity to shine. And Derek Carrier has an ankle sprain. And lastly, my boy Mr. Lockup, Fabien Moreau, is still out of practice, but he's expected to be back way before his predicted timetable when he was drafted. So he's already looking like a steal. I can't wait for him to get out there. He has the potential to become our number 1 corner. All of that athleticism and talent. Josh Norman on the number 2 receivers of other teams will equal interceptions records because he'll be able to take more risk and be more aggressive. So if Fabien Moreau can take over the cornerback 1, Josh Norman's going to super shine in cornerback 2. He's already shining in cornerback 1. Everybody else is looking pretty healthy. Now let's get into these people showing out. I'm hearing good things about Bob Marley's grandson, Nikko Marley, at middle linebacker. Even though he's very small for his position, he's made some plays in training camp, jamming up running plays, and, just being where he's supposed to. I see you. I'm hearing good things about Phil Taylor, too, who is probably in my top 5 of players I'm really hoping finds themselves and become who we hope they can be. Because, first of all, we run a 3-4 defense without an effective player at the most important position in the defense, the nose tackle. So if he can become what the Browns thought he was when the Browns drafted him in the first round a couple of years ago, then that's going to change our entire defense and franchise. I'm reading and hearing he's making plays, and I'm excited. He's going to be the anchor of this defense. But if he can't do it, Ziggy Hood, who's rumored to be the strongest player on our team, period, seems like a good replacement. But potential-wise, Phil Taylor has the most, and I hope he pans out the most. Also, this is the first time in years that we haven't had a fullback on roster, so Niles Paul and rookie Jeremy Sprinkle may play some fullback in camp. But speaking of fullbacks, shout out to Daryl Young for being such a consistent fullback for us from 2009 to 2015. I've always felt like he did not get enough recognition and praise for his talent and effort. He was an integral piece to that crazy 2012 season we had with RG3 and Alfred Morris. And it just seems like he's never really been recognized. But I'm back to training camp, keeping it general and simple. Terrell Pryor and Josh Doxson are looking unguardable as hoped and expected. A lot of our receivers are actually looking pretty good. I've seen some good Maurice Harris, Robert Davis, Matt Hazel, and Ryan Grant clips of just them making plays, either running a great route and completely getting away from the corner, or making a tough catch through the corner or diving or something. Samaje with Rip Rob out with neck soreness is getting opportunities to shine, which he is doing for the most part, I've heard and read and seen. Trent Williams is dominating as expected. Colt McCoy is playing well too, commanding the offense, getting the ball out his hands early and making big plays. I've also heard good things about our weakest point on offense, center Spencer Long. But our offense is already dominant. The defense is what I'm excited about. On defense, DJ Swearinger and Josh Norman are performing well as expected. But I'm reading and hearing that Jonathan Allen is even impressing the great Trent Williams. That's how you know Jonathan Allen is something special. Trent Williams is arguably the best offensive tackle in all of football, and he even knows how Jonathan Allen is about to wreak havoc. So shouts out to Jonathan Allen for being who we hoped you'd be. You're going to make people really pay for passing up on you because they thought you had shoulder problems, when really other people in the draft like Reuben Foster have even worse shoulder problems. But moving on. Also on defense, sophomore Kimble Fuller is finally showing the first round talent he has. I'm hearing great things about him. I'm going to go further in depth once I make training camp videos. But he's another person I'm very excited to see excel. I've seen a lot of rookies and undrafted free agents making plays too. But it's hard to judge whether or not they're actually the real deal because they're just going against other lower level players. They're not going against first team players and starters. So it's kind of hard to judge how they're doing. But I'm really excited to see Kimble Fuller go off. He's going to be a very important asset to our defense when he emerges. And lastly, before we head up out of here, the Redskins have made some changes to their scouting staff. Brent Caprio is now the scouting assistant. Chuck Cook is now the college scout for the Midwest. Harrison Richard is the Blesto scout. Paul Scansey is now the college scout for the West Coast. And Cole Spencer was already the college scout for the Southeast. And Roger Terry was already the college scout for the Midlands. But just wanted to bring y'all that news just in case y'all cared, because I'm huge on college. So I do want to know who's in charge of watching certain players, because I'm going to be watching college like crazy this year. And I'm going to do all kinds of film study. So I would like to know who I need to be mad at when we don't draft any of them players. And I want to know if I need to make a phone call before the draft even happens. Like, I know you've seen this guy. This is your responsibility. Sorry for the delay in videos. I was in New York for a week. And then I came back and I got braces and a cold a couple of days later after being back. So it's just been a struggle. But I'm back. And I'll be back next week. Make sure y'all Dolemite fake punch that like button, favorite, subscribe. I subscribe back. And most importantly, comment and share. Again, thank y'all for all of the support. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.